McCrone, 16-6 on the season against number 27, Jacob Moran, 19-6 on the year. McCrone, the redshirt sophomore, Moran, the grad student. As we got started, and McCrone took a shot to the head as he's holding his forehead right now.
I think an eye poke, accidental, of course.
Yeah, might be messing with his contact, of course.
Man, I love when we go heavyweight to 25. I know there's some mixed opinions out there, but to me it really showcases why wrestling's such a special sport. These guys, you know, 285 and 125 playing the same game. And, you know, usually it goes from a more of a boring heavyweight match to a more high-paced 25 match, but we just had a very exciting heavyweight match, so let's see if these guys could top it.
Two very exciting matches to begin us. We started at 197. Gabe Sollers got the 10-6 win over Seth Shoemate, and then Nick Feldman responded for the Buckeyes, got the decision win over Jacob Bullock. 3-3 the score between the Bucks and the Hoosiers as the lineup card turns over to 125. It's our third straight ranked head-to-head matchup. These two have met only once in their careers. It was Jacob Moran that got the better of Brendan McCrone. He won that one 4-3 in the 2022-23 season in that dual meet. They haven't wrestled each other since then.
Yeah, oh, and Jake's in on a shot here.
Nice high C shot there. Sprawling back is McCrone. Moran trying to elevate that position. You see McCrone grab it onto that ankle through the waist of Moran.
Yeah, interesting hold, and that's what's holding Jake up in here. Jake's going to be trying to lift him. Right now, McCrone's got the advantage in this spot, but now Jake is looking to collect that leg. Oh, and McCrone's hunting. Oh boy, here we go, we're rolling around.
Got a nice scramble. These 125-pounders are so fun to watch. You got McCrone locked around the waist of Moran. Moran with his belt buckle right to the mat. Trying to come through that, and the official calls for a stalemate. Will reset neutral. Officials for today, Nicholas Grasso, our head referee, Conrad Duffy out on the edge.
And you mentioned their match 2 years ago. We asked Coach Tom Ryan about that, whether, you know, that was 2 years ago, so are we looking at that film or are we just focused on this match? And he said we like to look at tendencies, but not necessarily focusing on what the other guy does. It's all about you. Coach Ryan had a lot of great philosophy for us, Riley, just on how to approach matches overall.
Yeah, more on him in a little bit. I gotta admit, when we were done talking with him, I think I told you, he got me fired up. I'm like, I want to put on a Buckeye singlet and go wrestle for him.
Yeah, I was thinking about signing up for a triathlon after that. Maybe an Ironman.
Maybe a 5K. Maybe you and I can do a 5K.
A 5K, that I can handle.
Well, he did talk about mile times. He said mile times are incredibly important for wrestling. If you can't run a sub 5-6 minute mile, then you really aren't tied into your goals as a wrestler. That's exactly what he said.
He did. He firm believer in the correlation between someone's mile time and their capacity to wrestle hard for 7 minutes. It makes sense, you know. 7-minute mile, 7-minute match.
As the first period comes to a close, we've talked a lot about Tom Ryan. Scoreless at 125. For more on the Buckeyes head man, go back to Ari.
Yes, thanks, Riley. Yes, we've been mentioning on this broadcast, Tom Ryan has been such an important person in college wrestling for decades. Starting with that time at IU as an assistant, he said he was really being able to get a chance and get a start as an assistant coach, where he met his wife and was able to, you know, start his career. But then later on, he's now coaching at Ohio State and becoming one of the most respected coaches in the sport. Since taking over the Buckeyes in 2006, he's turned this program into a national powerhouse, leading them to a national title, having All-Americans and national champs. But Ryan says himself, we want to develop men of excellence, both on and off the mat. Success in wrestling is more than just wins. It's about character, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness. But that's all I got for Tom Ryan. He's just an outstanding man. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Ari. Again, as Dan and I mentioned, just a really fun conversation with Tom Ryan to preview this matchup. 1-0 the score, McCrone over Moran. I think one of the best quotes I heard, this is how he got his start in wrestling, Dan. He got cut from the basketball team in middle school, and then that night at the dinner table, his older brother told him, hey, you're going to go wrestle. And Coach Ryan responded, dude, I'm not wearing that singlet. You can't get me to wrestle. And his brother goes, you don't have to wear the singlet in practice, dummy. And he goes, you don't? And so Coach Ryan went to wrestling practice the next day, and the rest is history.
It sure is. And that, the singlet, I think it keeps a lot of people from trying out the sport. But, we got two pieces now. You don't even got to wear a singlet for the match.
Compression shirt,
want to.
compression shorts, yeah. Although I feel like the singlet has just become such a pivotal and foundational part of the sport. I feel like almost that the compression shorts and the compression shirt is kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, I prefer the singlet too. I'll tell you though, I don't like headgear. You could call headgear foundational, but not a fan. But also on that note of Tom Ryan, if you haven't watched the mini documentary that Big Ten Plus put out about Tom Ryan, I suggest you go search it up. It's on this very platform that you're watching this lovely broadcast on. Just a very, very inspiring story for Coach Ryan, recovering from some really scary injuries from a car accident. Really inspiring stuff.
1-0 the score. The Buckeyes still ahead of the Hoosier, and Moran had choice. He takes it neutral. Doesn't want to go on bottom. McCrone, we know, a pretty solid top rider. So Moran, in order to win this one, Dan, got to go get that takedown.
I think that's a smart move for Moran and the Indiana coaches. When I was watching film on McCrone, he is really dangerous from top. He's a cradle hunter. But now Moran gets in here. He's going to try to hook that leg. Same position as before, sort of. Moran a little more desperate now. We'll see if he keeps trying to advance instead of hanging on for a stalemate like before. Same position. Look at McCrone's left hand laced through the waist and around that ankle. It's making it really tough for Jake down there.
Moran trying to get to that peek-through position. He was in on the legs in this same position in the first. Wasn't able to finish. Can he finish this time? 1:15 to go in period 3 at 125.
He's
Moran
got to get
trying
height.
to
He's
come
got
out
to
the
get
back.
height here.
He's got McCrone lifted up. He puts him to the mat.
Oh, nothing yet.
And
Nothing
Moran
yet.
circles
Now he's
around.
got a cradle
Nothing
locked
yet.
up.
He's got the near side cradle locked up. Can
This
he
could
get
be
McCrone? Can he get McCrone's back to the mat?
Nothing
The official
yet.
hasn't awarded a takedown yet. 55 seconds to go in the third period at 125. That's a three-point takedown for Jacob Moran. He jumps ahead of McCrone with 45 seconds to go in the third.
Oh man, what a job by Moran, powering through it. We almost thought he was going to get him to his back, but McCrone slipped that arm out and made it tough on Moran to even get the takedown, but he does it. Now he's got 30 seconds. You got to ride as long as you can if you're Moran. Take him out of bounds, get back, fresh start.
He drives McCrone out of bounds. The Buckeye will go back on bottom. He's got 29 seconds to make something happen. Once again, these toss-up matches, Dan, these ranked head-to-heads, you got to have it for either team. As McCrone Gramby's out, gets the escape. It's a one-point match.
It was a slick roll. McCrone's going to throw the kitchen sink at him here. He's got 20 seconds. Moran's got to hold on to this front headlock. He's got to keep him right there if you're Moran.
Moran, nice job, content to hang out down there in the front headlock position. McCrone trying to drive him out to get that stalling call. Moran, you see the savvy move. Puts his right boot back in the mats to drain the time. Jacob Moran brings Wilkinson all to its feet. A gutsy 3-2 win for the Hoosier. Indiana back in front.
Man, that toe at the end, that took the last 5 seconds off the clock. Great job by Moran to hold that front head and let the time tick out. What a win for Moran, and the Hoosiers are in the lead, Riley, 6-3.
Back and forth we go. 197 Indiana 1, heavyweight Ohio State 1, and then back again. Moran gets Indiana in front.
Let's see it here. Let's see if we can see that takedown. Here was that position, almost a cradle, but Moran gets height. That's why he scored that takedown, is he got height. And he knocked McCrone off of his base.
133